All right, hello everyone. My name is Jason Mondesser, and together with Michael Undine, we'll be running the session today. So many of the Data Ops Summit sessions have been pretty informative and about things that you encounter in your daily work. This session is geared more to a fun use case for machine learning and StreamSets. In sticking with the theme of this year's summit, we'll have attendees submit a couple options, a couple parameters that will allow us to make music using machine learning and StreamSets. Just a little bit about us. We are Axis Group. We have 25 years of experience, founded in 1996. We have 100 plus active customers across many different verticals and horizontals, with a major part of them being part of supply chain, MRD, healthcare and pharma, and financial services. Our primary lines of business are analytics, operations, and enablement. We're able to see a 30% higher adoption in BI, analytics, and data with our customers. And just quickly, today's presenters, I'm Jason Mondesser, data engineering consultant at Axis Group. In my free time, I do game development, and I'm also a huge Arsenal fan. And
hey, I'm Michael Lundeen. I'm also a data engineering consultant at Axis Group. When I'm not doing this, I'm working at my home lab, my little personal data center, or drinking a good beer.
All right, so how will we be creating music? So in a bit, I'm going to have everyone navigate to this web app that we've put together. We're going to select a couple options and submit that information to a Kafka topic. We have a StreamSets pipeline running that will, in real time, pull the data from the Kafka topic and transform that data before sending it over to the Magenta machine learning model. And then the Magenta machine learning model is going to use the data we sent to generate a MIDI file, which we will play at the end of the presentation. Just briefly about the machine learning workflow, there are two paths that kind of are going on during this workflow. So there's the production path, which takes data in real time, transforms that data before serving it to the model, and then the model is able to come up with scores and metadata based on the data that is being fed. But in real world situations, such as determining creditworthiness or making recommendations or suggestions, or even customer churn, behaviors and the data evolves over time. So the lab path at the top is needed to kind of explore the data and tweak the model as the model continues to, or as we continue to feed data over time. So we won't be addressing any of those situations in this presentation, but we will be creating music with this workflow. The Magenta machine learning model is a Google research project that aims to find where machine learning can fit into the process of creating music and art. If you're familiar with GPT-3, Magenta works similarly, except instead of using text as input, it uses the notes from a song and tries to generate new music based on that song. And for more information on Magenta, you can go to magenta.tensorflow.org. All right, now it is demo time. Everyone, please navigate in your browser to dosmusiccomposer.azurewebsites.net, DOS standing for Data Ops Summit. And I will explain the inputs before we get started. if you look at the top on the left side of my screen, we have 4 parameters. The first one is the song. So this will be the base song that the Magenta machine learning model will use to generate notes. Then the instrument is the final instrument, or the instrument that the final song will be played in. The duration is a number of seconds of music the Magenta machine learning model should generate. And then finally, we have temperature, which tells the model how much the generated song should deviate from the original piece. So the lower the temperature is, the less it'll deviate from the song selected, and the higher the temperature, the more it'll deviate from the song. So you guys can go ahead and start submitting, and you can submit as many times as you'd like. All right, so as you could keep submitting, I just wanted to kind of bring your attention to a couple of the pieces of the workflow right now. So at the top right is Confluent Cloud. This is the Kafka topic. So if you look at this chart here, this is the amount of data that's coming in, the average amount of data coming in for each minute. So you definitely see some spikes now. So thank you guys for submitting. And then at the bottom we have, or the bottom right, we have our StreamSets pipeline set up. So we see that on the left, we have a Kafka multi-topic origin, which is reading the data from this topic. From here, we have a Jython code, or we have some Jython code that basically aggregates the data that's coming in from the submissions or from the Kafka topic. And then finally, we have the machine learning REST submission. So this is sending out the data that we transformed using the Jython evaluator and sending it to the Magenta model. So what I will do is I will start playing some of the songs that were generated by everyone's submissions. And so the first song we have is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It played on guitar and has a temperature of 1.5. So let us pull that up. And let me know if you guys can. So as you heard, the MIDI starts off with the original song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and then there were some notes that didn't sound like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, but that was Magenta. Those were the Magenta generated notes. So, and we'll play one more. Let's see, what else did you guys put? Okay, so we have I'm a Little Teapot using the flute and with a temperature of 1.3. Let me play that as well. All right. So those are just a couple of songs that were generated, and that is the end product of the full pipeline running. Thank you guys for joining the session.